Hello, this is the Ramblings of an Indisciplined Mind podcast for Tuesday, April 12th, 2016. As of this recording, Sierra is still missing. I had a successful trip to the Verizon store yesterday. They couldn't fix my phone. They actually tried to do some diagnostics with like a phone number they called diagnostics, and it wasn't happening. It was not happening. It wouldn't work. They tried it 2 or 3 times, and they didn't have any of my model in stock, which is the Sony Xperia Z3. So there's one being shipped to me. It's winging its way to me on the wings of FedEx. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. I'm probably not going to get it tomorrow because there's not going to be anybody home to sign for it. You have to sign. You got to sign for it, one of these sign for things. So I'm expecting that it'll be Thursday. I'll be home on Thursday, so I can get it then. I'm making do with the phone. People on the video can see my face. Since I remembered that this had the setting where I could double tap on the screen and that'll wake it up, I can live without the power button. So that works. That works quite nicely. So I'm looking forward to that. It'd be nice to have a phone that functions. I keep hitting the power button. It was funny, even the guy that was working on it, because it would time out, and he'd hit the power button, and then he'd look at it and go, "Oh, it isn't working." And yeah, I tend to do that too. I'm hitting the power button. I kind of miss it most because I'm used to hitting the power button to turn it off. You know, if I'm like, okay, I'm done looking at what I want to look at, I want to stick it in my pocket. I want to turn it off because I don't want it rubbing up against something and, you know, posting gibberish or calling somebody or whatever. So I kind of miss that. It's functioning, so I can't complain too much. I have a way to use it. What I thought I'd talk about today is the first of the 7 habits as laid out by Stephen Covey in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, because that is the chapter for this week. And as I said, I was going to share the information with you. And the first habit is called be proactive. And he defines that word a little bit differently than kind of the normal definition, you know. So we're used to hearing proactive, and you're taking initiative, you're doing stuff ahead of time. But that's not really what he's getting after there. What he's really talking about is, you know, taking control of your life, and he calls it taking, you know, responsibility for your life. But he breaks that up into, you know, not just, you know, being in charge of what you're doing, but he breaks up responsibility into response and ability, meaning that we have the ability to choose how we're going to respond to the circumstances around us. And he talks about that is that we basically have a choice in life, and that is either to act in the way that we want to act or to be acted upon. And if we just let ourselves float along, driven by our emotions, we're going to be acted upon. We're going to just be in a reactionary mode, and we aren't really going to be in control because we're letting circumstances dictate, you know, what we're doing in life and how we're doing it. And he shared the story of a man that came to see him at one point, and he was talking about how thought it was time for he and his wife to split up because they just didn't love each other anymore. So what should I, should I take charge, or should I ask for divorce? What do you think I should do? And Stephen Covey said, you should love her. No, I don't think you understood. We don't really love each other. We just kind of gotten tired of each other. No, you need, love her. Make the choice to love her, and then the emotion will follow. So there's some really good stuff in that chapter. A lot, that's something that an area where I need to grow in, as far as choosing how I respond. I don't always do that. We have to pick one key element that sticks out to us for these journal entries. I'm going to write on this one. And it's something that I've been trying to be mindful of since I read the chapter. I finished it on Sunday. That I don't have to react in certain ways. I can choose how I can react. The reality is that most of the time we choose the reaction that feels good, and that may not be the right action. That so like if somebody does something that is not in my interest, I get angry. Why? Because it feels good. It can, maybe I can't change the circumstance, but by God, I can revel in my anger, kind of thing. And Covey is saying that, well, that's true, but you're not going to have any peace if you're doing that. The people that are around you aren't going to have any peace, and you really aren't going to be effective at what you're doing because you're burning up all this energy on inappropriate reactions. So yeah, that's the first step. Be proactive. So there you go. It is a good book. If this is sounding like something you think you might be interested in, I have read it before, and it's well written, and it's a pretty easy read. It's only $10 on the Kindle store. Actually, I think it was less than $10. I might pay like 7 or 8 or something like that on the Kindle store. 10 or less for the Kindle version. There was a couple charts in it, but they look just fine. I'm reading it on the tablet, and I got no problem with it. There's not a ton of charts; it's mostly text. So yeah, it's some very thought-provoking things, and that will shift your paradigm. To use words like what I'm talking about. I've been kind of actually using this principle when it comes to the class because. The workload is extreme. I've got like 5 different readings to do this week. Each of them are in the range of 25 to 17 pages long. So I've got about 125 textbook pages to read. And, rather than to just be mad and be moaning to myself and feel sorry for myself, it's like, okay, well then, if I need to do all this, then I need to read all this. And do the other things I have to do for the class, then I need to throw more hours at it. It is what it is. It's a short-term thing. I just got to man up and take the time it's going to take to do what it's got to do what I got to do, and move on. So I am trying to apply this principle of being responsible, taking that ability to craft my response so that I am responding in the most effective way possible. So there. I kind of wonder if that isn't part of the reason they have us read this book. Although it does dovetail with some of the other topics. But I wonder if it's mainly so that you can find what you need inside yourself to get through all the mountain of coursework they're giving you. But I guess I'll let that be that for today. I will be back tomorrow, and I'll be talking to you then. So, be seeing you.